Hello, YouTube. I have wanted, but also not wanted to make this video for a long time. Um, I'm a fan of Pokemon Go. But what Niantic has been doing with the game recently has been incredibly frustrating to me, especially the last couple days. Because now it's directly impacting how I've been able to play the game and haven't been able to play the game. I'll pull up some information here in a second. But bottom line, they did an event for April Fool's Day where you're supposed to catch Dittos. I don't know if any of my viewers play Pokemon Go, or I'm sure a lot of you have played Pokemon Go, since at least at some point my channel was primarily Pokemon content. And I used to love Pokemon Go. I still enjoy it quite a bit, but what Niantic has been doing with the game has just been incredibly irritating. So I'm going to pull up some stuff, and we'll take a look at it. Okay, so we're going to talk first about the April Fool's event. So, okay, so to your, on the screen it'll be right, but on my left right here, is the event that happened as I'm recording this 2 days ago. Probably will be uploading right after I finish recording this. So, Ditto was spawning more. It was, in concept, a really cool event. So I was super excited for it. I'm like, cool, I get to catch some more Dittos. That'll be fun. Maybe I'll even go out and play. So I looked at the event details, and if you can see where it says appearing in the wild, those are all the new Ditto spawns, the Pokemon that, if you haven't been playing Pokemon Go for a while, Ditto transforms into, well, I guess other Pokemon will transform into Ditto after you catch them sometimes, and it has this pool where different for what Pokemon will become Ditto. And during this event, there was going to be Pokemon turning into Ditto, and they're listed right down there, pretty much right there. And those Pokemon were only spawning from 5 to 8 p.m. Which, sure, in theory, yeah, it's after work hours. Everyone should be able to go do that. Unfortunately, I was working from 5 p.m. 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. So I missed the event in its entirety. I don't understand why Niantic would choose to make the most important part of the event a 3-hour window, especially for an event that's only a day long. I mean, I already have shiny Ditto, so it wasn't really me trying to shiny hunt or doing anything like that. It's just, you know, I would have actually liked to play the game. I don't actively go out and play the game a whole lot, because part of the reason I enjoyed Pokemon Go so much when it first came out is because I enjoyed meeting people and hanging out with other people who were playing Pokemon Go, which is pretty much completely dead at this point. The game is still very much alive for now, with stuff like what I'm about to talk about. I don't know how much longer it will be, and I know people are already frustrated. Just this time, I mean, I've been thinking about it for a while because it's been frustrating for me to watch, but for once it's actually impacting me. This is the first time it's actually impacted me, and I know there's been 3-hour events always, and people are going to miss out on it, like Community Day. But for this event, we weren't told ahead of time. So for people who had work, if they really wanted to do this, I don't know why anyone would want to do this event that bad to take off work. But if they really did, they could have taken off work if they knew a month in advance, like we do for Community Day. But we didn't. We didn't know until the day of. And I don't think there were any announcements. I think it was just people reporting on it. Like, this graph is from Bleak Duck. But there was a quest line, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to finish the quest line for the event because Dittos aren't the most common Pokemon to find. So I was like, okay, I can go out and play before work, and and catch some Dittos, and maybe I'll get a shiny one. That'd be cool. I already have one, so it's not the end of the world, but I couldn't because the event was locked under 3 hours. That's not the frustrating thing. It's just kind of the icing on the cake. So not only that, the fact that we had that happen where it was seemingly locked behind a time window for absolutely no reason, but here we have the event that's happening today, 13 minutes after I'm recording this video. And on paper, it looks pretty cool. We're getting Salazzle and Salandit added to Pokemon Go. I doubt they'll be any good, but they're in the game. And as someone who's working on completing the Pokedex in Pokemon Go, that's exciting. A new Pokemon in the game is exciting. The Rocket events are always like a decent amount of fun. The new Shadow Pokemon are cool. We're getting a bunch of Alolan Shadow Pokemon. But then you look a little deeper into what's actually going on here. And you see Salandit is locked behind 12k eggs, which, cool. It's going to be difficult to get to Salandit. And then you think about the fact that it can only be female. Okay, maybe I'll have to hatch a few more eggs, but that's not a huge deal, right? Well, yeah, but on top of that, the chances of having a Salandit as a female are 12.5%. And knowing Pokemon Go, what they did with Pancham, what they did with Sandile, it's going to be in the rarer side of the egg pool. So you might have to hatch like 50 12-kilometer eggs to hatch that. And if you're playing the game for free, they rarely give out free incubators. They do for Christmas. That's about it. So what you're going to have to do is either use your one infinite incubator and walk 12 kilometers 50 times to try to get this is just a rough estimate. It could be way more than that. It could be less than that. You could get it on the first try, but to put things into perspective, you could go 50 eggs and not get a female Salandit. In fact, you could go 50 eggs and not even get a Salandit at all. But that's 12 kilometers per egg. That's not nothing. That's 6-7 miles for one chance to get a Salandit. That's a lot of walking. And if you have a full-time job, I don't have a full-time job. It's technically a part-time job, but I work every day. I don't want to. Well, not every day. I work 5 days a week, and I don't want to. I don't want to go out on a day on one of the days I work before I'm in the pool for 5 hours. So I'm not going to. I'm not gonna go play Pokemon Go before I have to get in the pool for 5 hours. So that's not happening. So I can't do hatch 12-kilometer eggs very easily. It'll take me weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to hatch a 12-kilometer egg without paying money, which brings me to my next point. You can spend money and get your fancy super incubators, which, great, cool. Niantic needs to make money. I understand that. That's always been... I've always understood the fact that Niantic is a company that needs to make money. However, when Pokemon Go first came out, I remember how cool I thought it was that they seemingly... that wasn't their main goal. They wanted to have people explore and explore their city and have fun playing a game. And by doing these I'm going to get to some other things that I know are frustrating people in a little bit. This is just the stuff that's frustrating me right now. As someone who doesn't have a whole lot of money to spend on super incubators, and by a whole lot, I mean I won't spend any money on super incubators right now. But, so, you have to spend money on super incubators if you want to get Salazzle, is basically the bottom line. If you want to have any real chance of getting Salazzle. And super incubators aren't cheap, and they never give them away. Maybe there's one in the quest line, I'm not sure. Sometimes they'll appear in a quest line, but they're 3-time uses, and still you probably won't get one from those 3-time uses. So I just wanted to make sure that I got all my information right before I continue ranting. There is not any super incubators or incubators at all in the quest line for this event. So, there you go. Pokemon Go is trapping Salazzle by a paywall of buying super incubators. But that's not all. If you really think about it, and you can see it right here under where it says event bundle, right next to Salazzle right there. The rocket radars, unless you want to find rockets, which they're not everywhere. Maybe you'll see 3. We'll be generous and say you see 3 in your local park at a time. They spawn like every 30 minutes, so let's say you see 3 every 30 minutes. That's probably pretty fair. That means you have to be out for an hour to get 1 rocket radar, which gives you one 12-kilometer egg if you have egg space. So 3 hours to get those 3 extra egg slots filled of just straight playing. 2 hours. 3 hours. 3 hours of just straight playing, which technically you'd get 1 extra balloon rocket from that too. And there you go. There's 3 Salazzles, or potential Salazzles. So there's 3 eggs. Or you can buy a rocket radar. You can spend real life money, buy a rocket radar, which for those who aren't still super into Pokemon Go and just watching this because I never make rant videos, the super incubators, I believe, are 250 Pokecoins, which is $2.50. And I'll go ahead and pull it up right now. We're going to boot up Pokemon Go and take a look at this. So, if I go to the shop here, the super incubators, if you can see right there, are 200 Pokecoins, which is $2 real, as well as the rocket radars. Let's see if I can get that in frame, which are also $2 real. So if you want to get Salazzle and you're willing to spend the money, that's let's just assume you can fill up 3 slots at a time. And you're just purely going on paying. So you just knock out those rockets and get those eggs and then put them in super incubators. It's still 7. Actually, I think it's 8 kilometers, but that's 4 kilometers less than the regular incubator, and you're incubating them at the same time. So you only have to walk 8 kilometers instead of 300, or instead of 36. Which 36 kilometers is doable in a week. Very doable. If I wanted to go out and play Pokemon Go every day, I could easily hit 50 kilometers in a week. But this is just to put things into perspective. And I know this video is probably going to run a little long. This is a lot of information that I've been contained in myself about my frustrations about about the state of Pokemon Go right now, that I wanted to talk about. So this is going to be a longer rant video. I'm sorry for those who are just like, oh, a Pokemon Go video. Curing Bloom never puts up Pokemon Go videos. Anyways, yeah. So that's $6 to speed up your Salazzle encounter. And then if we say that, let's be generous. Let's say you get a female Salazzle in 10. That is very unlikely to happen if I have to guess. But let's say you get it in 10. That's still, if you're paying for it all, that's still $18. A little more than $18. Like, we'll call it $24. No, wait. 18 plus 4. $22. We'll say $22. Because you're going to buy 1 more rocket radar and get 1 more egg. So, $22 is definitely not nothing for a mobile app. And on top of that, I actually agree with them lessening Community Day. They're shortening Community Days down back to 3 hours. I can play during those 3 hours. I'm fortunate enough to not have to work on weekends in the afternoons. I'm off by 3 at the latest. So I am going to get to play these Community Days. So maybe that's why I feel a little bit less aggressive about that. But Community Day used to be 3 hours, and I'm hoping that Niantic, by doing this, is making communities come back together. because that's the best part of Pokemon Go is the community. So I'm going to briefly talk about why other people are upset about Pokemon Go, and it's frustrating to me too. But what's going on right now is the most frustrating when they lock new Pokemon behind paywalls. Legendaries, I totally understand. I'm not gonna get mad if there's new legendary on instant raids. If I really want to, I could probably catch it on the first raid. All I have to do, go outside with some friends, find the raid, and use my free raid pass for the day on it. In that sense, it's not... I'm going to catch this Lillipup real quick, because I am still trying to catch Dittos for the April Fool's event that happened 2 days ago. And Lillipup is one of the Pokemon it could be. So, yeah, not super... Legendaries isn't being locked behind a paywall. It's less of a paywall, unless I'm a Ditto. It's less of a paywall than other things. So, but when they lock a regular Pokemon behind a paywall, that's like, come on. And even legendaries, you used to be able to get legendaries. I think you can still from Go Battle League. You just have to be really, really high up. And we won't talk about Go Battle League. The paywall on that is like, if you're good enough at the game, you shouldn't have to worry about having to pay a little bit, or you shouldn't have to pay any money for the Pokemon encounters in Go Battle League. So, anyways, legendary Pokemon even used to be the special research for the research breakthrough or whatever it is after 7 days used to have legendaries. So like if you missed raiding a legendary, you couldn't pay for raid passes, or you just, when you used your free raid passes, you just for some reason couldn't catch it. It's a lot easier to catch them now because of friend bonuses and stuff, but it didn't used to always be that easy. You could catch them through you could catch 4 of them through the box, because you could get one every week. And that's how you could get shiny legendaries. Like I got my shiny, I'm pretty sure I got my shiny Groudon from one of the research breakthroughs. But that's besides the point. Locking regular Pokemon behind paywalls is just kind of ridiculous. Especially this much of a paywall. And they did that with Rockruff too. Rockruff's only in raid. They did it with Shinx, but I guess it wasn't as big of a deal because they weren't doing all these other things. And remote raid passes are a thing that you can only buy. They give out one free. It's 1 Pokecoin, so it's not entirely free. It's 1 cent. Which is easy to get that many coins from just putting Pokemon gyms. But those are a paywall too. If you want to do raids, really the only way to do raids right now is remotely, because no one ever wants to go to raids anymore. I honestly think remote raids should have never been a thing, or should have been removed since COVID's clearing up. Instead of making them work less, just straight up remove them. I know a lot of people would be frustrated if they did that, but I mean, it'll get people to play the game again. And I mean, they did this thing. Okay. So, they did this thing. This was a couple months ago. And you could have a different priced box than someone from the same household. So they were basically just ripping people off, and even for 350 Pokecoins, this box is barely worth it for 350, which was the low end. These modules are $1 each. Well, the regular modules are $1 each. I'd say they're worth $1 each probably. So 350 is probably worth it for this box, but it's not that much cheaper. And then people like me, I actually got the same the 700 on the far end of those, and it's not worth 700 Pokecoins. But they were trying to figure out how much people were willing to pay for things. They could have done it in a lot better ways. But instead they blatantly released a box where 2 people in the same household had different prices. And I think that's absolutely ridiculous. It's something that would have never happened when the game first came out. I think the reason that all this is the most frustrating is because Niantic, when Pokemon Go first came out, it seemed like it wasn't entirely about the money. I mean, I get it, they're a company, they need to make money, but like, that wasn't all it was about, and they were making enough money without having to do these cash grabs. And I don't know, it's sad to see Pokemon Go down this hole. And I mean, there's those paid events, but those paid events are always a lot of fun. Honestly, Go Toward Johto was kind of a letdown for my friend who paid for it. He paid for me and him to get tickets, and he got very, very little. I got my worth out of it. But like, the events are going downhill while the price is going up. And for a mobile game that it's killing off the game. And as someone who, here, I'm wearing my Pokemon Go jacket right now. As someone who, this will make it a little bit more. As someone who has loved the game, loved Pokemon Go, but as you all know on my channel, we have always been mostly a Pokemon channel. So as someone who has been playing the game since launch, and as someone who's as much of a fan of Pokemon, but Pokemon Go too, as much as I am, Kanto Stars are behind me. It's frustrating to see Niantic ruin their game. I'm still gonna play it, but there's gonna be events and stuff, and I'm not spending money on the game anymore. There's gonna be events and stuff that I can't do because they're locking it behind a paywall, or I'm working, and that's frustrating. They're making it less accessible, not even to just people who can't go out and play, because honestly, it's more accessible than ever for people like that because of remote raid passes and how long the not lore modules, incense last. But anyways, this is a long enough video. If you stayed this long, thank you for listening to my rant. Maybe I'll do another one. Maybe I'll do some Pokemon Go videos. I've been thinking about vlogging on the channel for a while. So maybe we'll do some kind of Pokemon Go vlog. I would just have to figure out the logistics of that. If that's something you guys would want to see, just leave it in the comments. I just felt like this was a necessary video to make with these events coming out. Yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a video that I already recorded when I'm recording this video that's scheduled for tomorrow. Besides that, I hope you all have a fantastic Sunday, a fantastic week, and I will see you guys in the next video.